Hey everybody, it is Sergio here with 8Z Real Estate, and in this next clip I had the chance to sit down with my friend and client Eugene to talk about the experience he had selling his home out in Golden. His one goal was to sell his place so that he could move down to Arizona before the winter came in. So take a quick second, listen to his experience, go ahead and check it out. Just remind me how we met.
How we met?
Yeah, how we met.
Well, so I found the realtor in Arizona, and then he reached out to his buddy,
Yeah.
and reached out to you. And,
Yeah.
and he did interview a few people,
Uh-huh.
and he felt he really connected with you and that you'd be perfect. So.
Yeah, Preston's great.
Yeah.
It sounds like he found you guys a place down in Arizona too.
Yeah,
which is
no,
nice.
he's fantastic as well.
Yeah. So, just tell me a little bit about the situation before we met and kind of like what was going on that kind of sparked this whole thing.
Well, yeah, I mean, so just been in Colorado for 8 years, and I thought a change would be good, and
Yeah.
so Arizona was the best candidate, and started working a real estate agent there.
Yeah.
And when we found the perfect house, so the idea was actually to get the house under contract and then buy a house,
Right.
contingent. But no, it always happens that you find the perfect house. So found the perfect house, got that under contract, but now it's like, okay, we gotta sell this. So I wanted someone who just could, make the process easy and lucrative, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And I've never done it before, so I kind of really needed the hand holding and someone I could trust and lean on and rely on.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think that's why I kind of was so Preston sort of stepped up and said, I'll find someone for you.
Yeah.
And that's how it worked out.
That was perfect.
So, yeah.
Cool. And when we sat down, right, what were kind of your thoughts about what we went through during the listing consultation? That process. What were you and you and Jason's initial thoughts about how we were going to go about it?
Well, as being as someone in the market and looking to buy, you always see so many homes, and there's always those standout homes, that are they're presented well, and they demand usually higher prices. And so I kind of was thinking, okay, if I'm selling, I want my house to be like that, to be one of those that shows well,
mm-hmm.
and demands the highest prices.
Right.
And with your presentation, I was like, I knew you guys wanted to do it, like the most high-end selling experience.
Yeah. No, absolutely. And I'm just so appreciative that you guys were open to it, right? Like,
Yeah.
definitely have a process to get you guys from where you were to now.
Yeah.
And your trust and just our relationship was, it's fun when it's very like cohesive and it's very collaborative. Like I always felt like we were working together.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Because I'm always the one that I want the best. I don't want to half-ass anything.
Right.
So, and I felt like you knew exactly you had the right plan to do that.
Yeah. I mean, and it's a testament to you guys too.
Yeah. We kind of worked together towards that goal.
For sure. Like I told you how to get there, and then you guys did the work, which it obviously paid off.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So, have you, prior to us working together and you working with Preston, did you have any negative beliefs about the market or about realtors at all?
Well, it's my first time selling, so I wanted someone that I could trust because I've never been through that process. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And trust was very important to you. I think that's one of the first things that when I was talking to you on the phone, it's like, what do you want in a realtor?
Mm-hmm.
You said communication.
Yeah.
And trust.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah, and tell me what I need to do to get the best result.
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So it's like you each have to do your part if you want the best result.
Yeah. It takes.
Yeah.
I can give you the plan and I can tell you how to do it,
Right.
but if you didn't buy into it, we wouldn't have got to where we got to. Right. So, no. Again, collaborative effort is the best part. And I don't know. I walked out of that initial listing consultation with you guys, and I was like, I like these guys.
Yeah.
And you guys are just good people. So.
We saw eye to eye.
Yeah.
Even
absolutely.
in our estimate.
That was
price.
Tell that story.
Well, no, I mean at the kind of at the end you said I have one last question for you. What price do you think we should go to market with? And in my mind, I always think people always think their stuff is worth more than it is. So I wanted to have a reasonable value.
Right.
So in my head, the reasonable value was $465,000. And then you were like, chuckle, and you showed me your sheet where you had written in what you thought the price would be, and it was exactly the same price.
That couldn't have worked out any better.
Yeah.
I was laughing at that. Even on the way out, I was like, wow. I did not see it going like that. That was great.
Right.
So we agreed at 465,
Yes.
right, to put on the market. So describe a little bit about your experience and maybe a couple highlights about working with me.
Highlights.
Yeah, like things that you enjoyed about the process or the experience.
Well, gosh, every point is great. I mean, it was always like, well, Sergio, what do we need to do next? Okay, let's do this next. I have, someone who can address that, whether it's, staging, cleaning, or, minor updates to the house. And every person on your team I was just so impressed with the results. And yeah, you really have a good team.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
they are phenomenal. I couldn't agree more. So describe the results that you got from this, right? We put it on the market. We followed the whole process that I had. So describe the results and how that makes you feel about the situation, and then also how it makes you feel about yours truly.
Right. So we can mention details, or
absolutely.
Okay,
yeah.
Oh, sure. So going into it, we had planned the listing. So the pre-listing. So we had, the house was, at its tip-top shape. So we got it to that point. And we're like, okay, now we're gonna pre-list. And then I was so excited to see the house on the listing. I've never, seen that before.
Yeah.
And it was I kind of told myself I wouldn't check the numbers on Zillow, but you kind of can't help checking. And the numbers were starting to roll in, and then it became, the numbers were so high, I couldn't believe it. And I thought to myself, I'm going on the market. I don't know how well the house will do. You never know.
Right.
And the numbers were just spiraling up and up and up. I was like, okay. Then at that point, I was confident that we're gonna have a good sell.
Yeah.
So then the real listing came in on Thursday, and you saw. So,
right.
Like you were saying, you were constantly on the phone.
Yeah.
And there was lines to see the house, and on Friday, my neighbors I'm very close to my neighbors across the street, and they were sort of cluing me on on the activity, and they said your house has just been a zoo. So it showed right. We did Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yep.
It showed.
We had 2 open houses.
Yeah, 2 open houses, and yeah, the response was overwhelming.
Yeah. Do you remember how many offers you got?
Well, yeah. So on Monday we reviewed 25 offers.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you even told me this. I've never really seen this. A few times, I guess, but that's unusual.
Right.
So and so we did have the 465 listing price, and I always wanted to be realistic, and I never thought it would go over $500,000. And so we had not several, but a handful of offers.
10.
We had 10.
Yeah.
10 offers over $500,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so we ended up closing. This is gonna be a lot there. So we ended up closing at
521 and a half.
521 and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah. How does that make you feel?
Ecstatic.
Good.
Wouldn't,
Yeah.
Geez.
No, that's great. It's a testament to the work that you and Jason put in. Mm-hmm. It's a testament to you trusting me, right? Because you did call me. You're like, hey, do you think we priced it too low? And I was like, no,
just
not at all.
Alone. Yeah.
You guys are like, okay, right? There wasn't a second question there. And I always tell people, and I think we had this conversation, the list price is just the opening bid. Mm-hmm. And if you do it right, it's going to drive the price up.
Right.
And
the market decides. So
yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Cool.
And
is there anything that I didn't ask you that you want to share?
Well, sort of on that note, right? We had that sort of before it went on the market officially. I had a friend of a friend who looked at the house and was interested. Remember, he made a cash offer for our asking price, and so I kind of that kind of put me in a difficult spot, and we thought, hey, let's just go to market and let the market decide the price, and then if he still wants to come in and make another offer, you can. But I'm glad we went to market and let the market decide.
Good.
Yeah.
For sure.
They liked the house.
They did like the house. Yeah, I mean, it's a
Yeah.
gorgeous home.
Yeah.
Right? Cool. The last question is there one highlight or one moment that sticks out to you through this process that you were just like, wow?
Yeah, I think it was when the pictures came out, because you're like, wow, this house is great, and it really deserves, the best, so yeah, I was blown away when I saw the listing. I couldn't stop showing everyone I knew, look at the listing. And
Yeah.
the pictures were just spectacular, and yeah, because it kind of showcased everything that we put into the house.
Yep.
So
Great. Well, I'm so glad, that you gave me the opportunity to work with you guys. I really,
Yeah.
like I mentioned earlier, there's not few, but you cross paths with people in life,
Yeah.
and sometimes you click and sometimes you don't.
Right.
And from that moment, I stepped in and we just kind of got along. I knew it was gonna be good.
you've been great, and every question I had, you were eager to respond, and
Yeah.
it helped.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
I really do appreciate it.
No,
So.
I couldn't have asked for a better person to work with. So.
Oh, thank you, Eugene. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, pretty incredible story. If you have a system and you follow it, there's no telling what could happen. It didn't happen on accident. 25 offers, $55,000 above asking. All you have to do is follow the system and execute, and everything else takes care of itself. I hope you enjoyed the clip as much as I enjoyed having the experience working with Eugene. As always, make today your best day yet, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.